Okay, so moving on from the basic review of the genogram, we move on to some pretty important questions that can be very illuminating. I'll come back to that slide, nobody freak out. Um, these are questions that can be very, very illuminating to a person who may not have spent a lot of time reflecting on their family structure, their family dynamics, their family relationships, etc. There's a whole lot of information to be gleaned just from these four very basic areas of questioning. I want to apologize for my audio visual now because it's not as great as the one that's locked in my office that I can't get to. I'd like you to think about this mobile as a family. Remember that a family is a system, and systems always want to have equilibrium. So every family system creates its own equilibrium. The perfect family, which does not exist, would have this type of very even, balanced equilibrium. Most families have some degree of off-kilter equilibrium. Okay? The most dysfunctional families have a very off-kilter sense of equilibrium. The problem is that once a system establishes itself in its own unique equilibrium, trying to get it to change is very difficult. It's like the mobile that you might see hanging over a baby's crib. You can jostle it, you can bounce it, you can do all kinds of things, but eventually it's going to return to its basic original equilibrium. And a family system is going to do the same thing, even if their equilibrium is quite off kilter. So, one of the biggest challenges in working with families, as opposed to an individual, but keep in mind that just about every individual is in some kind of a family system or came from a family system, is that when one person tries to make changes. So let's say we have our family, and this is our loser role member right here. Drug addict, criminal, mental health issues, unemployed, lousy relationships, whatever it might be. But this is the person that not only does the family identify as the loser, but they identify themselves as the loser. Okay? So here's the family with their off-kilter equilibrium. Okay? We get to blame all of our problems on the loser. If we didn't have this loser, we'd be healthy, happy, normal, blah, 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 blah. What happens when this loser takes steps to change their behavior, their thought patterns? That is going to move this family system to something maybe closer to normal equilibrium. But this is going to feel very odd to everyone else in the family system. This is why you may see families who literally will sabotage someone who's trying to get healthy, trying to work out their drug issues, their relationship issues. You will see sabotage from other family members to push the loser back to their loser position, which then allows the family to go back to its, albeit abnormal, dysfunctional equilibrium, but the equilibrium that they feel comfortable with. So again, apologies for my really lousy, I have a great audio visual for this, but it's locked in my office. We've moved through this topic way too fast, and we could spend hours and hours and hours and years and years and years probably talking about families, our families, family dysfunction, how to move families toward closer to better functioning, et cetera, et cetera. We don't have that luxury right now. What I am going to ask you to do is think about those questions that appeared on the final slide of the presentation. I'll go back to it now. I'd like you to choose two of these questioning areas. Give it a good analysis for yourself. I'm going to be opening up a quiz in which you can respond to two of these questioning areas for yourself. Again, this will be a quiz, so it's completely anonymous. Nobody's going to see your responses but me. But again, pick two of these areas, two of the four, and sometime between now and 4 p.m. on Friday afternoon, go ahead and let me know what your thoughts are on those two areas that you did a bit of analysis on. I know there's a lot of spring religious holidays going on right now, so whatever you're celebrating, if you're celebrating, I hope you have a joyous one, albeit socially distanced from everybody else. Take care, and I will see you guys next week.